What's up, y'all?
No matter what we're going through in life.
Come on, Candace. What's going on, y'all? You know, this is Candace's song, honey. It was featured last night. That's what we down here to talk about, Real Housewives of Potomac. She's down here singing, honey. There's a black rooster in the park, child. So, oh, look at the moon, y'all. How beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, we down here. Listen to Candace. It's really a cute song. It really is. I'm sorry, y'all. I said, come on, Candace. This is better than the original. And it's really cute. The only thing, I want it to be sped up a little bit more. But other than that, I said, come on, Candace. I'm proud of you, Candace. And I love the fact that, like she said in her interview, I'm going through all this stuff, and this is like, you know, a ray of light for her, going through all of this foolishness. So, come on, Candace. We're going to give you a stream today, girl. Let me turn the music down, honey, before they get me with a copyright strike. My son was like, what if Candace tells Bravo they can't play her song? She gives them a copyright strike. I said, shut up. Y'all so crazy. So anyways, y'all, so what's going on? We only down here for a little while. I'm down here, I'm back this morning since the time has changed. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I am in the middle of watching The Queen's Gambit. So with, I don't know who the people are in the movie. In the series, I have no clue who anybody is, and that's one of the reasons I really like it, because I don't know who any of the actors are, none of them. And it's just about this girl who is an orphan. She goes to an orphanage, and a janitor teaches her, I think it's a book, they of course made into a series, but the janitor in the orphanage teaches her how to play chess. While she's in the orphanage, she becomes addicted to these kind of mood enhancer type pills. I don't know if they were Valium, but based on the time that this was supposed to be shot in the 50s and 60s, during the 50s and 60s, they were on Valiums, and she gets addicted, but it also helps her play chess. And she becomes this girl who travels all over beating everybody. And then, you know, her mother, the people who adopted her, the father, child, go watch it. It's good. It's good. It's good. And if you like the decor and the, you know, the styling and fashions of the late 50s and 60s, you're gonna love it, because it's just, they go to Las Vegas. It's great. It's great. Anyway, so let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I'm out here. We out here. Okay. So they start off. Monique didn't get much. We just gonna go through it. I live tweeted. I didn't take any other notes. So, and I watched it twice, so hopefully I don't miss too much. But yeah, they start off. Monique, like I said, she didn't get that much airtime. She had one scene. You know, at least she's in an episode, because, you know, the word on the street is you get paid per episode. So at least she was in the episode. And in the scene that she was in, Chris was trying to help get the kids together in the morning, and nothing he did was right. So you complain about Chris not helping, he helps, and it's not right. While I do understand that he probably wasn't doing anything right, maybe you need to show him what you need him to do, instead of thinking that he knows what to do just by watching you. Especially if he's not really hands-on. If he's not really hands-on and you're asking him to help, you should show, and you're going back after what he's done to help, and you're going back over it again. Show him what you want done, so you don't have to do that. Because I know as a person, if you ask me to help you with something and I do it right, I'm helping you, and you don't like how I did it and you switch it, I'm going to not want to help you do it anymore. I'm not. So you can show me what you want done, and I'll do it the way you want it done. Okay, that's what I'm about to call her Monica. Gunique needs to do. That's what she needs. Tick Tick Boom. That's what Tick Tick Boom needs to do. She needs to go ahead and show Chris what needs to be done, and then that's it. So at the beginning, they show Monique passing out flyers for these podcasts. Let me tell you something. I'm going to just be very, very honest. When you have a podcast, I think you should be a year in before you start having live shows. You don't have an audience built up enough as a new person doing a podcast. Believe me, I've done a podcast. It's very hard. I stopped doing it. I'm going to get it started again. I just need to rebrand it because it's called Polite as Fuck, and I don't want fuck to be in my branding for anything. So I want to change the name and everything. So the podcast will be back and whatever. But it is hard to come up with a following of listeners. And I think Monique thought that on the strength of her notoriety from the Real Housewives of Potomac, it was going to pack the houses. And no. And a lot of these people who are supporting Monique are not giving her, they're not supporting her, like her podcast and her product and her brand. What the thing that she's so tired about, she's a mom and she's so tired and she don't know what to do. That's her brand, and not many people are buying into that. And I whatever, and that's just what it's going to be. Milani was like, my mom is tired, so she started a podcast. Like, you can't, I'm just telling you, like, even very, very popular podcasts like The Read and The Friend Zone, shout out to y'all, shout out to Crystal and Kid Fury and Dustin and Fran and Asante. They were doing podcasts long before they even had a live show. I don't know, but it was like a year and a half of consistent episodes every week, right? Engaging episodes every week that they built a following of listeners who followed them into an arena. Monique, that is not the setup that you had. I don't care what you say. It seemed like you just started a podcast real quick and you felt like the people were going to follow you just because, and that's what we're seeing, that's not happening. So you out on the street passing out flyers. It is what it is. Candace is working on her remix. It's very cute. We like it. It gives me a very much a 90 feel. She's working with Chucky Thompson. I thought that she was going to, I really didn't care too much for that scene. It was very, Candace was like, shout out to the hood. Girl, you don't know nothing about the hood. So, it was very cringy, you know what I'm saying? But, he wants to do a deal with Candace. The song is very cute. I really love the beginning of the song. The arrangement of the beginning of the song. Watch, I'm gonna show you just real quick. Hold on, let me go this way, Candiace. Okay, of course the cowbells, right, to give you that what's that sound called back in the DC? What is it called, y'all? Go. I was tripping. I was about to say bounce, but that's New Orleans. But the beginning is real cute to me, Candace, when she comes in. Yes. I just need it sped up. Yes, come on, Candace. I was so proud. I was so proud of her, especially because of what she's going through this season, right? Like, I was like, yes, Candace, this is really a good part of your season. This was part of your storyline. Your storyline is just not going to be what happened with you and Monique. And I'm glad we got to see that. And she's really, passionate about her singing. She said she belonged to a girl group. Her parents had an entertainment lawyer look over the contract, and it was shit. So that's gonna happen again. I hope they know, because people in the record industry, they tend to be a little shysty, and I don't think that they can help it, and they tend to be very shysty. So I hope they do right by Candace. We know Dorothy, Aunt Dottie, is not gonna have it, so y'all better do right by Candace. So Gizelle and Robyn go to this little tea house or whatever. They're gonna meet Karen there. And my question was, do y'all really think that Gizelle cares about Karen? Like, is concerned, like legitimately concerned? Because how can we trust Gizelle based on what the last time Karen was having problems, right? And the reason why she was talking to Wendy is because of that tax situation. And Gizelle, you made fun of that tax situation, made a t-shirt, did all this stuff that was just really insensitive to the situation. Ironically, now Robyn is going through a similar situation. And so I don't know if we should believe Gizelle is legitimately concerned about Karen. So they sitting there. I'm trying to figure out where. Oh, it was the scene with Ashley and Gizelle. When Ashley went over to Gizelle's house, and I don't know what. Gizelle had on like a burgundy shirt, these tight jeans, and these leopard and black shoes. I was like, girl. And I'm going to say it. I feel like Gizelle was so pretty that she didn't have to do anything to get the attention that she wanted from men. She didn't have to learn how to decorate. She didn't have to learn how to dress. I don't hear her cooking. She loves desserts, but I don't hear about Gizelle cooking. I feel like I'm just going to be honest about it. I feel like Gizelle just has been allowed to be, I don't want to say mediocre, but just like allowed not to put much effort into the way that she presents herself outside of her face. And I'm just going to say it. So when Robyn and Gizelle and Karen were sitting there talking, and Gizelle hollered and called Robyn's label, her brand, embezzled, bitch. First of all, can we just say this episode was so funny, so funny. A lot of comedic moments. It was funny to me. I was laughing and hollering the whole time. I first started laughing when Milani said her mother was tired, so she started a podcast. I said, oh, these niggas got jokes. Right out the bat. I haven't even taken my seatbelt off. Okay, so anyways, when we're sitting there talking about the embezzle, it's called embellish. It's a really cute idea. I think that I think all of them are doing their thing. Like, that's what you want them to do. Like, Robyn is figuring out her little thing. Gizelle did her book. Like, use the platform, what is good for it. Monique, on the other hand, I don't know how that's working out for her, but maybe it'll work out. Like I said, she needs to do more episodes of her podcast to get more loyalty from her followers that actually want to sit in front of her and hear her talk and not just look at her. So, it is what it is. So Robyn is going to have a photo shoot, right? And Monique is not invited to the photo shoot. They asked Karen, they asked Karen about the whole situation, and she basically saying, I've never heard or heard of anybody blacking out, getting so mad that they black out. I feel like there's a problem. Like, she feels like there's literally a problem if you saying that you blacked out, because even at Karen's house, she was like, so you blacked out? Like, really, girl? I don't know if Karen is like, girl, is that what you going with? Because if that's what you going with, I'm going to stick it on out to the end and be like, we should be concerned about her medically because the girl says she blacked out, and I've never had experiences like that before. So then they start talking about Wendy. They start talking about Wendy because they get into the doctor situation, right? And here's how I feel about it. First Karen calls Robyn out and says the chickens have come home to roost. Now you get it. Tell me about your tax situation. And I love that Karen did that, but when Karen did that, all she did was open it up for Gizelle to ask about Ray. And I was like, shit, why she do that? Because I wanted to see how Gizelle was just going to come out and ask it. But because Karen asked Robyn about them taxes, that gave Gizelle an opening, baby. Let me tell you, I don't know what to call them. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I don't know what to call Gizelle and y'all call them the Green-Eyed Bandits. They get on my nerves. I was like, oh my God, you guys are clowns. The way they were acting with Wendy and showing Wendy how Karen was impersonating her, Baby, that was like, I was so cringy. I was getting embarrassed. I was getting secondhand embarrassment. Anyways, so Robyn got called out by Karen. You never know, things you be talking about people and trying to get people to talk. And Robyn's like, I really can't talk about it. I really can't talk about it. She's like, oh, so now you understand? Oh, okay, girl. Okay, we get it. Okay. Let me get myself together. It was a funny episode. It really was. I'm trying to drink my coffee, y'all. Okay. So, the way that Gizelle said that Wendy was talking about Karen, she didn't deliver that right. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired of Gizelle not delivering messages right and changing part and mixing like a lie with the truth of what happened and making it seem like it was done in a malintended way. You know what I mean? I think that Wendy was concerned and she didn't lie, and I don't feel like she was gossiping, and I don't feel like it was a key moment down in the basement. You looked visibly upset about having to give your money to Ray to help him out of this tax situation, and you said you wanted your money back, and you was trying to figure out how to make Wendy wrong in the situation. She didn't say it the way Gizelle said it, but I'm glad that Karen knows exactly how this is being spun around, right? Because she knew in her interview, she said, I'm going to give Wendy, I'm going to let her off the hook because I know who's behind all the shit. I know who's stirring the pot, and it's Gizelle. I'm on your ass, Gizelle. So obviously, baby, I love it when Karen said, bitch, since you fucking with me and Wendy, obviously something's wrong with you and your relationship with Jamal. I said, bitch, how did she flip that? This episode was really funny. Okay, anyway. So they rolled the tapes of Karen saying that she wanted her money back. And she said that. And I don't think that Wendy was gossiping. I just don't think that Wendy was gossiping. But then Karen said when she started coming down the stairs, she came down those stairs and she started doing the movements of her coming downstairs, baby. It was so funny. Karen looked cute in that little jumpsuit she had on. She's getting better as the seasons, she has a hit or miss, but that was cute what she had on. I thought it was very cute. Her little jumpsuit, little sparkly stuff. And so she was moving like that and they were just laughing. It was really funny. It was really, really funny. So what happened? So where were they sitting? Oh, they were at the photo shoot. So they're taking the photo shoot. They're sitting down talking and everything. Oh, no. Hold on. Any chance Karen gets, she's going to shade Wendy's accomplishments. I don't know if it's jealousy, but it's clear she has an issue with Wendy's version of excellence. Okay, that was Wendy's scene where she was talking about how she felt because Karen called her ignorant. And she has been through a lot to get the degrees that she has, and she starts, I was pregnant, my father died, I did all these things, I had all these hurdles and all these things that I could have created an excuse. I could have created an excuse, but no, I did it. I did it, and I have 4 degrees, and it is an accomplishment. Later, Wendy said she doesn't brag about her degrees, and baby, they rolled the tapes. I was like, Wendy, every single time you get a chance, I have 4 degrees. Woo, but I really, truly think, like I said, I don't know if it's jealousy that Karen has an issue, but she just might be like, girl, this is not the group for that. I don't know what it is. I think, I don't want to call it jealousy because I hate that women, that's the first thing women go to when another woman has a problem with them. And that's late, because sometimes a bitch just doesn't like your ass. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that she's jealous or she wants something from you. But in this case, I have a feeling that every single time that Karen has an opportunity to shade Wendy, it's going to be for her accomplishments. And that's it. Because that's the only thing you could come at her for. And there's nothing else that you can come at her for. You really can't. And just say, throw shade about her accomplishments. And that's what she does all the time. Ashley goes to the psychologist. She sits down with her therapist. They're having a conversation. And let me tell you something. The way that Ashley described how she feels that she's a utility for Dean, and so therefore she does not want to do anything sexual with Michael. I have never heard, I understand how she feels, but I've never heard it put like that, like a utility. My body right now is for the survival of my child. You cannot, you can't be sucking on me and licking on me and then the baby gotta come. I mean, we know hygiene and whatever, but just the mere fact of the visual. And then, I mean, we see she done got pregnant again, but and then like, then this old dry, his hands is probably dry, and I feel like Michael's hands are like cold. And you know when your hands are cold, how they get those little like, you know, like if you've been in the bathtub for a long time and your skin gets wrinkled. I feel like his skin is like that, but then when he touches you, it like hurts, like it's sharp and dry, and that's how I feel like Michael's skin is. Ooh! So I get it from that aspect, but how Ashley described it, I've never heard it described like that. And Ashley, she's really going through some things, so she said her therapist was like, girl, maybe you need to go on a vacation. She was like, yeah, that's a good idea. She was like, I'm really having some problems. I was really wanting the therapist to ask Ashley, when is she happy? She was asking her all of these questions about being sad and all of the moods being low. She never, I mean, we probably didn't see it, but never talked to her about when her moods are high. Like, are you happy? How often are you happy? Like, if you ask somebody how often are you sad, you're going to get a frequency. But what about how often are you happy? So we can put those together and look at the average. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. So the lady told her to go on a vacation. So we going. Candace said, shout out to the hood. Girl. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so Ashley shows up at Gizelle's house, baby. When Ashley said the last bitch, when Ashley said the last time she had been to Gizelle's house, it looked like it was condemned, bitch. And then it was a shot. I don't know what it was a shot. The people were there putting Gizelle's garage up. And bitch, I was looking at the foundation of the home and there was bricks missing. I was like, oh God. Why did they do that? I know they did that on purpose. Okay, anyway, so she walks into Gizelle's house, talking about Gizelle's house looks really nice. And I said last night on Twitter, when we got to see like a full pan view, I'm not about to say it's cute. Don't think that that's what I'm about to say. But it's a full pan of everything. We see everything. I thought to myself that Gizelle must have a fascination with Alice in Wonderland. That's the only thing I could think of to make your house look as mismatched and mixed matched, okay? Bitch, how the hell you don't have, what theme is going on? I said, I don't know what's going on. Edward Scissorhands. I don't know what's happening in Gizelle's house, but it's not cute. Ashley talking about, ooh, I like it. Just stop lying, girl. Stop lying. After that, so she said, she talks about, it was funny because I don't know why they act like it's weird for somebody to breastfeed. I don't get it. But Gizelle was acting like she was so like, oh my God. I wonder if Gizelle breastfed her kids. I wonder if she did. I wonder if she did. Anyway, so the girl sitting there, she is breastfeeding little Jim Crow. And they're talking about her therapy session and what Gizelle wants to be called, Auntie Gigi, Auntie G, Auntie Jizzy, or whatever they came up with. So they sitting there talking. And she says that, well, you know, my therapist says I need to go on a vacation. So I was thinking we can go on a vacation. So Gizelle was like, what about Monique? Bitch. We do not want to bring Tick Tick Boom with us. She has to stay in Potomac. She cannot come with us, or I'm not coming. And if I'm not coming, you know, Robyn ain't coming, and Candace ain't gonna come. And you know, if Candace ain't coming, Wendy ain't gonna come. So it's like, oh God damn. Talking about being on Antarctica, bitch. Bitch, they say it, when you dig a grave for yourself. When you dig a grave for somebody else, dig one for yourself. You wanted to ice that girl out, and bitch, you sitting over there on an iceberg. with the Titanic about to hit it. A mess. She said, no, we don't want her around. No, we're not gonna feel comfortable. You know Candace ain't gonna come, so I don't even know why. She was like, but she, and she was like, okay. So Ashley was like, okay. I thought Ashley throwing shade at the little hat photo shoot. She was like, you guys don't have to sleep with one eye open. Oh, that's your home. Ain't that your home, girl? You acting like everybody's scared. So you have acknowledged, even though it's a joke and you being shady. Is that fun shade? What Ashley did, where she was sitting there saying, y'all don't have to sleep with one eye open. Monique is not coming. Anyway, so they get to the photo shoot. They had the photo shoot. Everybody looks cute. It was funny when Wendy and Candace was sitting there having a deep-ass conversation, and then they started posing. I was like, y'all are a mess. It was cute. They looked like they were having a good time. And then they start talking about Wendy, Gizelle starts talking about what Karen did in impersonating Wendy. So they started impersonating Karen. And it was silly because at first Gizelle was doing it. I was so embarrassed. Gizelle was doing it. And then, of course, Robyn had to stand up and join in. But she said it was more like a saunter. I was like, y'all are a mess, because Wendy was coming down them stairs like that. I don't know if the stairs were steep, but she was coming down the steps with her back leaned back. So Wendy was laughing. It was a little cringy, but Wendy was laughing. But Wendy's like, okay, I got Karen's number. Ain't no deal. She's coming today? Oh, okay. So Ashley comes in with a bunch of shit in her hands. It was funny because I noticed that Candace got up to act like she was going to help Ashley. Girl, you know you was not going to help Ashley. Wendy was like, here come Ashley with a bunch of shit in her hands. Bitch, this episode was so funny. I promise you it was. I was laughing through the whole episode. Anyway, so they sitting there having conversation, posing for the pictures. That girl did look like Katie Ross. They were like, have you, everybody, and he told you look like Katie Ross. And the shit girl was like, who is that? They thought it was funny, but she did look, because even when Ashley brought her ass in there, she was like, Katie? She looked like Katie. Anyway, so Monique missed the photo shoot, child. Woo! So they get there. Ashley, she says, okay, y'all, we gonna take a trip. She pulls out this flag, and they look in. Of course, Wendy she was like, Portugal? Somebody said China, and then somebody said Nigeria. Girl, that's a hot mess. Who said Nigeria? I heard somebody say Nigeria. I think that was Candace. Could have been Gizelle. Who knows? Oh, Gizelle told Wendy that she was like so impressed with her thing, and she was motivated, and they were motivated after Wendy's, brunch or lunch and wine with Wendy. That's what they did. So anyways, Ashley pulls out the flag. They trying to guess what the flag is or whatever. So they're going to go to Portugal. But before we go on this trip, let's get some shit straight. Wendy says to Karen, listen, the way that you speak about empowering women, and every time you got something to say about my accomplishments, and there's only a small percentage of black women with PhDs, and I think that I should be proud. I said, come on, Wendy, come on, bitch. She was letting Karen have it, but bitch, Karen turned around and was like, girl, okay, your degrees and blah blah blah, but I'm an entrepreneur and I'm just as successful and da 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 da. And then, but what Karen did, that was, Wendy could have really got her. That's why I know that Wendy wants to be cool with Karen, because when Karen said, I am married to a doctor, bitch, she could have got you. She could have got you. She could have, but if she would have got you, she would have hit Ashley and she would have hit Monique. If she said anything, I'm married to a doctor. She really could have came back and said something to you about it. But they go back and forth. Karen made some good points of being about an entrepreneur or whatever. And you got to have common sense and this and that. But you got to stand in your shit. And she said, well, sometimes when you say it, it's just got a little funk on it. No, you're projecting. You don't like it. There's some people you don't like it. And every time you got to dig for Wendy, it's about her accomplishments. So we know you have a problem specifically with that and nothing else. And that's it. So we're trying to figure out what it is, but she says every time you say it, you got a little funk on it. You trying to, you say it with a little, but that might be just the way that you're taking it. Because I mean, I think when she responds, the Dr. Wendy part, they rolled the tape, baby. She was like, I don't really brag about my degrees. And they rolled the tapes. It was really funny. So Karen was like, let me show you she was like, well, Robyn and Gizelle told me, she was like, let me show you what I did. Baby, when Karen got up and started doing that damn walk again, I was like, oh my God. And then when they all joined in, I was like, y'all are a mess. When he was like, first Karen said, you slithered downstairs. She was like, no, girl, I was sauntering. I was like, y'all are so stupid. Y'all are so stupid. And she was like, Wendy, they started acting up and they couldn't do nothing but laugh. I like the way that like rounded it up. Hopefully we don't have any more problems out of them regarding that. They got to say what they wanted to say to each other. They both made some good points and she got to say it. But y'all tell me, I know I probably missed some of the conversation in there. Y'all get down in the comments and let me know what I missed, part of that conversation, or what you took from that conversation between Wendy and Karen, what you thought about them. And then Wendy said, y'all need to just slither your asses on to Portugal then. So that was really cute. The scene ended well, baby. 2 days later, all you hear is a fuck that rusty bitch. Did she call her a rusty bitch or a dusty bitch? Bitch, let me tell you something. Candace was so, fuck that rusty ass bitch. That's what she said. Candace was so mad because Monique countersued or whatever. And Chris was sitting on the thing. Let me tell you something. She was mad and she has every right to be mad. And I think Chris needs to learn how to allow Candace to be mad without always trying to shut her up. Because the only thing that does for me is, one, the people who are watching make it seem like even her husband wants to shut her up all the time. And when he does that, it just makes it seem like, it makes it more than what it is. Like when she was in the house and he was pulling her, he didn't have to do all of that. It's too much. And I think he should just be like, instead of telling her to be quiet or settle down or not allowing her to be angry when she has a right to be angry, I think that's going to be a problem. I think he needs to figure out a different way to approach how to calm Candace down. I just don't like it. She was like, you listening to your hood rat friends and your raggedy ass lawyer. She was mad and she's like, how the fuck you gonna sue somebody and what you did to me? And so, y'all have your things, but I thought it was a fucked up way to end a excellent episode. They should have started off the next episode with that, because I guess that the next episode they're going to Portugal, but I really think they should have waited to begin the next episode with that, because this episode was really good and it was really funny and I enjoyed it, and then it ended like that. Child, anyways, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. That's it for the episode. I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. Let me know if I missed anything. I'm just going off of my notes here. All right, y'all, take care of each other. Peace.